People are in the streets and have had enough. For the past 3.5 years. I have traveled all over the United States. And seen the same frustration and anger. The same willingness to take to the streets. In drilling areas all across this nation. Whether it was fracking for natural gas. Or deepwater drilling in New Orleans. Or people fighting the tar sands. In Alberta, Canada. Not in the United States. Or people fighting mountaintop removal in West Virginia. Millions of people across the United States who have lost their homes, who have lost their ability to control their environments, who are suffering toxic substances in their communities, who have no recourse to the government, in place after place. The state departments of environmental protection make excuses for the gas and oil companies, and refuse to stand up for the citizens, who are suffering this kind of degradation. Right now. 50% of New York State, including the New York City watershed, and the aquifers that bring the water to the city, and the aqueducts that bring the water to the New York City, are in jeopardy of a massive natural gas drilling campaign. 100,000 gas wells in New York State. This is a transformative proposal. Changing the character of New York State. Become an industrial sacrifice zone. 65% of Pennsylvania. Half of Ohio. All of West Virginia. And important to me, the Delaware River Basin. Which provides water. For 15 million people. In New York. New Jersey. And Philadelphia. There is a proposal right now. To put 20,000 gas wells. 20,000 fracked gas wells. In the Delaware River Basin. So after you go protest the tar sands. On November 6th. When you get out of jail. Go to, on November 21st. Go to Trenton, New Jersey. Where George Washington. Crossed the Delaware. To defeat the British. To establish the United States of America. On November 21st. Just across from the barracks where Washington stayed. There'll be a massive protest. Stop fracking in the Delaware River Basin. It is the most important date. Upcoming in the fight against fracking. We need you to be there. At SaveTheDelawareRiver.com. There's information. About buses. There's a short film. By me. About the crisis. If you don't know about gas fracking, where have you been?